Joined a herd of goats. He strapped on fake goat legs and joined a herd of goats, chewing grass and spitting it into a fake stomach. This fermented it into a drink, which he would suck through a straw. And soon the goats grew to accept him. One even became his friend. Now, he did this because a witch doctor told him he should be a goat. But after a week, he went back to normal life and wrote a book about the experience. Strapped on, turn your hand upside down while pushing the coin up with your thumb. Once it sticks up above your first finger, let it fall flat behind your knuckle and use your middle finger to stop it from sliding. Next, raise your first finger while lowering your middle finger. The coin will settle in the gap between them before falling flat. Continue flipping it until it rests in the gap next to your pinky. Let it fall through and catch it with your thumb, pressing it to your palm and starting the trick all over again. Turn your hand upside down while pushing the coin up with your thumb. Once it sticks up above your first finger, let it fall flat behind your knuckle. Squirt the glue into a bowl with melted mozzarella cheese and mix it together. Then stuff it between the edges of a pizza slice. Stick putty under the rest of the pizza to keep it in place and carefully add some fresh toppings. Add some bright lights around it to make the cheese glow, and finally pick up the pizza slice to get the perfect cheese pull. Squirt the glue.
Okay, Mr. President, I got you.
The bullet tore through the air and slammed right into the back of a young sailor. But somehow he was still alive. He was rushed to the hospital, patched up, and sent back to duty. But he kept having chest pains, and doctors found the bullet lodged in his heart. As he was getting ready for surgery, a Navy nurse stood beside him, changing his bandages. She would talk to him, refusing to let him give up. The bullet was safely removed, and he kept it with him. Every day, the nurse checked on him, and his recovery turned into long conversations, then holding hands. And by the time he left the hospital, they weren't just patient and nurse anymore. Soon after, they got married and spent decades together. And when he passed away, she kept the bullet close. At 106 years old, she finally gave it to a museum where it now sits on a display where thousands of people see it. If you drop down onto your hands and toes, get your back flat, your arms straight, and your hips low, then push off with both legs as your arms pull forward, you can run on all fours. But human arms are too short to match your legs, so you would lose speed. And even if your arms were longer, your spine would need to bend in a long arc. But it's designed to stay upright and isn't flexible enough. Your shoulder joints and wrist would eventually be injured since they can't take your full weight for that long. You see, humans are built for efficient upright movement and endurance, not explosive four-limb speed. If you drop down, he attached a custom drone frame to a small umbrella before connecting a battery and controller so the blades could lift the umbrella. And he added a camera to detect where people are standing, while software inside keeps track of where you're walking and adjusts each motor speed to keep it a few feet above you as you move. But if the wind hits too hard, it could drop onto your head. He attached a custom drum. You would place the prosthetic on your arm stump and press your fingers to the neck to start playing. When you touch the neck, special sensors would track where your fingers are, and that signal is sent to a computer, which turns it into notes to play through its speakers. By tilting the arm up and down, sensors detect the angle and change the pitch in real time, letting you play the guitar with only one arm.
I need an AK-47 to rob a...
He placed a hat on the cat's head before putting her inside the ticket window. You see, the train station barely had any passengers, so the owner began preparing to shut it down. But when he saw a stray cat living there, he decided to make her the official station master instead. Now, the story went viral, and tourists came from all over to see her, filling up the trains. When she died years later, they put up a statue in her memory, and another cat took her place, keeping the train station running to this day.